Blackstone Audio presents Marvel's The Avengers, The Avengers Assemble, adapted by Thomas McCree. This book is read by Tom Taylorson. Prologue. The First Avenger. Steve Rogers came of an age in a time unlike any we had seen before and, hopefully, will see again. The entire world was at war. Worse, this was the second war of its kind in less than a quarter century. Steve's parents had served in that last war, the Great War, as it was called in Steve's day, and through them, he learned valuable lessons about what it meant to be a good soldier and, moreover, a good man. By the time Steve was a teenager, the Second World War had been raging in Europe for years, and in 1941, just before Steve turned 23, America joined in the worldwide fight. Steve had grown up watching the boys in his Brooklyn neighborhood line up at recruiting centers, suit up in uniform, pack their bags, and leave for deployment. Most, it sometimes seemed, never to return home. Every day the streets outside his cramped four-story walk-up sounded less and less like games of stickball, skelly, and kick the can, and more like the quiet of a church on a weekday afternoon. The gruff male voices that had filled the air gave way, slowly at first, then more rapidly, to the chatter of women on the home front. "Did you hear what happened to Tony McGrath? My Johnny hasn't written in weeks. He makes me so nervous, that boy. I just want James to come home. Jimmy Jr. needs to meet his father." Occasionally a wail would pierce a quiet evening. Steve always knew what it meant. Another Brooklyn boy gone forever. Did he know this one? He'd already stopped counting the friends he'd lost months ago. Nothing seemed to make sense anymore. The streets outside his window had changed. The nation and the world had changed. Nothing was certain except one very important thing. Steve had an irrepressible desire to fight. To help end this war so that throughout Brooklyn, America, and the entire world, the sounds of laughter and games would replace the sobbing of those waiting for their loved ones to return home. He was going to fight to liberate the people who had been held prisoner by this war. He was going to fight to overthrow the madmen waging it. And he was going to fight to win the war so that after it was over, not another drop of blood would be spilled.